Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Friday night edition of the Low Budget LCS. No audio troubles here. I'm just a Pacific time gamer, so I'm getting back from work. Crisp 5 p.m. for me. We're going to get this draft going. I'm joined, of course, by the second best jungler in the league, Blessed Force.
Oh, appreciate that. Of course, number one. We don't even need to say who they are. Don't need to put them on that pedestal, right? But yeah, glad to be here. Not PSC here, but no, Friday the 13th, and we got our draft already inbound.
Going, it's cooking. Bands coming out from the side of the Cuddly League guys. By the way, here's what's happening here. The Cuddly League guys are trying to hug a cow. You cannot convince me that that's not what's happening here. So my entire frame of reference for these games is that CLG are trying to hug Soymilk lifestyle. That's just what's happening. And the collective of Soymilk lifestyle are one cow.
And it's just like, the sign literally says, please don't cuddle the cows. It's like the one rule is to not do that. So it's, CLG kind of breaking the rules a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of rule breakers. And we'll have to see if that ends up being on the draft as well. This is interesting. I feel like I have not seen Wukong or Karthus that much recently. Karthus more recently. Wukong, a little bit out there. Do you think that's jungle? Do you think that's top? You got any insight on that?
So if it wasn't for the Karthus, I would be assuming that is a jungle Wukong, which did get buffed, I think, last patch. The clear is really good. I'm like really high on Wukong right now, but I can't imagine we have Karthus in a lane. So I'm guessing it's a Wukong top, but
you ain't never heard of
CLG got the flex.
You ever heard of lawnmower Karthus?
I've never heard the term, but I can probably picture kind of what the gameplay consists of.
Yeah, lawnmower Karthus kind of does what it sounds like. I've got a couple gamers that swear by it in the top lane, and then again, sometimes I think you see Karthus in the ADC position. So already some pretty interesting drafting stuff coming out. Seems like Soymilk lifestyle are mainly banning away from what I think is Pows, the mid laner, along with a little Jinx throw there. Whereas it seems like CLG just banned, a sort of broad swath. Okay, now, so this seems like it's the pick for mid because they're hyped going between Smolder and Yasuo. However, both of those champs can be played bot. It is going to be the Smolder. Okay. We're really getting some chefing over here. And I don't know what's going on.
Well, and so there's a lot of flex power, which I think is making it tough on Soymilk. Because you have to kind of like make your bet on where this Smolder's going, where this Wukong, where this Karthus. Maybe this is one of the situations where like CLG doesn't know what they're picking next, and so it's like really putting the pressure on Soymilk because they can't prepare if you don't know what you're doing.
The old U.S. Army adage.
So true.
War is chaos, and if we don't know what we're doing, the enemy certainly cannot anticipate it.
Exactly. Like the champs they've picked are good. They need to pick good puzzle pieces to like round it out. I think they need some type of front line. Like Wukong can't be your your meatball. I don't know if it's coming out of support. I'm assuming we have to get an engaged support. Otherwise, some funny business is going on. And then Soymilk banning out those top laners. They don't think the Wukong is going top, and it's going to be the Leona support.
Yeah, fits the bill. Go in. Like to see it. Now, banned away the Nautilus, banned away the Seraph. Also, we do have Luffy93, aka Monkey D. Luffy, King of the Pirates, coming through and saying, "Pleasure to attend the AI stream piloted by Lest." That is right. I am simply an AI that Lest Force has been piloting this whole time. It happens, but you're going to go to the Denny's in Vermont, talk to our buddy Todd. Pancakes are on us. Sammy wants a compliment. Sammy is really good captain. So Sammy actually reached out to me, also very good sport, asking if I would stream a different game. You did it in a very nice, calm way. So if you're out there in the chat being like, "Ooh, I should spam Popoba's DM so he'll stream my game," no, you're calm and you say it once. What Sammy did, okay? Exemplary request. So I do want to give a shout out. It is NX Angel #Angel's birthday on Nefarious Gaming Outlaws. So happy birthday to them. They are also playing. They're playing in about an hour. So good luck to them. Interesting. I'll be interested to see how that series goes. I think that's for the top of the same group, Economy Group A. And actually, I haven't looked at the standings for both of these two teams, so let's do that, shall we?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's not must win, but it probably feels kind of like that. Like it's playoffs come early. Both these teams gotta pick up a big series win here tonight to kind of help their playoff push. There are still plenty of series to be played, so you have time, but the more wins you pick up now, kind of the less pressure you have in those later series to make playoffs. I think they both play three series apiece. Yeah.
And so, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Soymilk lifestyle related to 2% milk and buttermilk lifestyle? Are those all in the milk extended universe?
Yeah, they are all in the milk farm system, headed by Ojai Vega, who I do think I don't know how often he's helping out with drafts. Vega, very smart player. I think looking at the draft from Soymilk, I wouldn't be surprised if Vega had a hand or two. But yeah, they are both 2% and Soymilk in Econ are milk teams.
Yeah, I really like. I like seeing the higher damage top mid paired with Jin. Jin a little bit more of that utility. He does plenty of damage himself, but it's not as consistent. So it's nice to have additional firepower coming out from other places. You've got a nice ball delivery system on both Maokai and Vi. So yeah, it looks like a pretty solid composition. So is this Wukong mid? Is it just Karthus mid?
Yeah, I mean, so like that was kind of. I'm really curious what's gonna happen here. Like, if I look at the CLG comp, I almost think I like the idea of Karthus bot with Leona. Like,
I do too.
I don't know,
Also, because Smolder mid's very good.
Yeah, because Smold, like Karthus into Orianna just sounds tough to me. Like, I feel like you get poked out. Really, and like I guess you're against Jin, which also is long range, but like, I don't know. I feel like you're maybe a little safer bot lane into Maokai. Whereas mid you got to deal with Vi ganks, Orianna. But no, I mean they've got a very interesting draft here, so I'm gonna wait and put my schmeckles down until I see where these champs are going.
Absolutely. I will open up the prediction, however, if you want to wait until, we know where exactly everything is going. Feel free. So I'm opening it just a little bit late so that hopefully, so I'm leaving the full draft up for right now. We are seeing that Wukong is going to the jungle, Cassante is going into the top lane. So, we expected that, but good to get the confirmation. Also, we've got Vader caster compliment redemption, but no text. So I'm assuming he just wants to caster compliment. Beautiful artwork. Also, commitment. I messaged this morning. I was like, hey, I'm going to stream this series. And within like a couple minutes, Vader shot back not just the image that I used for the announcement, but an alternate as well. So huge props there. And then some of you don't know, hitting us with the 58-month sub. Whoo, boy. You know what you're going to do. Go to the Denny's in Vermont. Wow, that one was loud. Okay. Just one of the voice. Did you get that? Did that happen to you too? Yeah. That was so weird. Like, all the normal band stuff is happening, and then all of a sudden, Set is just like, I need to say something here. I need to get in. Okay, I'm going to leave the stream in your capable hands for a minute, because, gamers, I need to go make waffle batter. So, I'm going to go make some waffle batter, and... yeah.
Yeah. I can let you know, chat, as we are still on the draft screen, it is Smolder mid, Karthus APC with the Leona bot. So I don't know if Yordle's listening to the stream. I think that's a great idea. I think that's the best option. I'm curious to see how this goes. We'll take a look and see where our Schmeckle bets are at, which are heavily in favor of Soymilk lifestyle so far.
Soymilk lifestyle is that traction from the brand, or do you think their game, you know?
Oh, and so that's where it's tough because like Milk Esports have a lot of loyal supporters. Vega's got a great thing going on over there. You've got the stream team has as a part of Milk Esports, and they probably brought in some fans. Uh Honestly, I think a lot of what it might be is just kind of their draft is very conventional. You've got the engage jungle, tank support, reliable carries in the mid, and ADC roles, and then Vladimir top, which like I don't really want to get into because like that's a whole this whole grass flat thing. I don't know about you, but like I hate it just a little bit. But that's gonna be really annoying top. So I think it's just the ease of execution I think is on Soymilk side, which like a lot of times in econ is kind of what you're looking for. Just like who has that better team fighting ult power and who can execute the fights a little bit. Yeah, we got Milk. I mean, I can hear you. I don't know how well chat can hear you, but like I clearly heard every word that came out, and we got a lot of Milk chats in the chat. We got hype milk, hype milk, hype milk. I think that's 8 different milk cartons. Chat saying they can't hear you, so I guess it's only me. Or maybe I'm just talking to the voices, right? It's really hard to say. I feel like I hear Popoba, but maybe Popoba is nowhere to be found. Um, yeah, I think good call out by Loki in chat. I think of Vi, who, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw Noggin is back for Soymilk. I think Noggin was really good last season in economy. One of the better junglers in. They were in Group B last season. I don't think they played the first couple weeks, but they seem to have a pretty good sense of like how to play the game. And Vi is certainly one of those champs that can have a lot of that agency early, especially into a Smolder, a Karthus, these very squishy, easy to kill targets. So I think that's where my eyes are gonna be watching and see what Noggin chooses to do in this early game. Um, let's see. Chad asking for chocolate waffles. Look, I'm not the waffle guy, Once Popoba is oh, they asked for it. Yes, so Vegas saying the roster shuffle is ending. Oh, trip to Europe. Well, that must have been nice. They go to Europe, they get to come back, and now they get to make the push to playoffs. I mean, what a story that would be for Soymilk. Um, I think some players went to Europe. I'm not confident on how many. At least the jungler, based on what they was saying. As we are getting ready to load into the game here.
Right there.
Yeah, Red Face Beast. You're definitely correct. I think Wukong is super super good at the moment. Really, especially with that buff, with the attack speed, and you keep your what do you call it? Your passive. For that armor, your clear is pretty healthy. It's relatively quick. You get that sheen reset, get that 6 as quick as possible. I'm a big fan of the Monkey King. I think Jarvan's a little better, but Wukong's like pretty close behind. And yes, Karma in effect. Our resident waffle maker is preparing the batter, and I believe they're going to be switching us over to the game screen here in just a sec. Actually, I'm looking at the stream right now. Perfect timing. But yes, it will not be a solo cast unless again there is this running theory now that Popoba has not been here at all, and I'm
It's just
talking
the
to the
voices in your head. It is just the voices in your head. And yeah, well, listen, chat said they wanted chocolate waffles, so I had to change some shit up last minute. You know, I am at your bequest when I'm in this chair. Yeah, oh, I didn't change who's casting. Hang on, I need to adjust that real quick.
I could only be like a quarter of the guy Zodiac is.
Well, how many birds have you seen? Because that's the...
Oh, for sure less than you, right? I mean, because you go the bird watching. I think just like just by default, I have to be less. Maybe more than Zodiac because he's down in Texas. Like they don't have birds. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Texas only has government drones. Now, where do you
True.
stand on how many birds are government drones? Are all
Oh,
birds
well,
government
like,
drones, or is it just
I don't
like
know about
most?
all birds. I'm like pretty confident that pigeons are though. Like I'm pretty sure a pigeon is just not a real bird. They seem to just lack the general awareness of most birds. A little bit of 5-point action going on here. Nothing too exciting.
Yeah, both teams giving respect. You know, I think both teams at this point are thinking, hey, really love to make playoffs, and if that's going to happen, it has to start here. So whoever wins this game is just that much closer to hopefully making their way into the next phase of the competition. Yeah. Yeah, delicious milk waffles. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, you know what? I guess I am biased here because I did make the waffles with milk, and I didn't make it with any Cuddly leagues or guys. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about that bias.
What can you do? I mean, bias is subconscious. You didn't do it on purpose. It is what it is. Both the junglers looking like they're starting on the bot side here, but might have a little matchup up by the scuttle. One thing, as I don't think anything's gonna happen. A lot of map pressure from CLG. They've got the 3 teleports, whereas Soymilk only have the one in the mid lane. So could see some cross map plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And are you at 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153?
I'm so glad the count's back.
155.
You know, Hammy2 Slap decided to let him out. You know, the whole kidnapping scandal. Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
His basement was very damp. I'm surprised he doesn't have mold. Also, I'm here because it is Friday the 13th. Oh, spooky! Yeah. No, Count's doing good. He's, hanging out. Ooh, as we're gonna have a little bit of engage here. Level 2 being hit by both the bot laners. Kay's taking a lot of the early damage. Leona gonna take up that W, but that's a really nice trade in favor of the Cuddly League guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be interested to see how this Karthus goes. I'm not too familiar with AP Karthus bot lane, but you know, I feel like especially with like Leona, you know, the Q, the E, there's a lot of lockdown, which is kind of what Karthus really loves to have. Is just that buddy to set him up.
Yeah, get that sweet spot, especially if you can isolate with the Q. Full damage. But yeah, now I do have to say I also want to root for Soymilk Lifestyle here because if you know me, you know, like, especially in solo queue, 90% of what I play is Vi. Great champion, love the champion, as you were saying, at tons of agency on it, right? Now, that being said, haven't seen a Wukong in a minute. It's going to be interesting to see how these two play out. The level 6 spike is obviously huge for both of them, Wukong being maybe a little bit more AoE oriented, but Wukong also, I think, is better in longer trades. So, let's see how that plays out here.
Yeah, I mean, Wukong really needs to get that level 6 to have really any kind of like gank pressure. You know, there's not a ton with just like the Nimbus Strike and the Q. Like you'll get some damage off, but you're not really gonna set up a kill. So but the Cyclone is just so huge once you get it. So I would really like to see Chaosix just kind of full clear for the first couple minutes. Just tell your teammates like, hey, like I need to get my 6. Just play safe. Whereas Vi, again, the 6 is super important, but you have a lot more ability to go for early plays.
Absolutely, positively. If I'm not using my flash on Vi in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, I don't know what I'm doing. You know? Find a lane, flash on them, see what happens. So you play, and we do have maybe a little bit. I don't think that'll freeze. Really slow push. Nice engage is going to be found there onto K's. K's being taken quite low. Flash going to be pulled out here. I am Yordle, not able to chase down too far, but both Dashy and K's going incredibly low. Login now available. Going to flash forward. That's the utilization we're looking for. I am Yordle forced to flash out. Double sums used for support, but on the other side, both sums used to the ADC and the exhaust used for the support. A little bit of a net positive for the side of the Cuddly League guys. Oh, and the flash in the jungler.
Yeah, I mean, you called it. Vi using that flash pretty much as soon as they had the first opportunity. Got it, the flash burn of the support, which, of course, you probably prefer if you can get the Karthus somehow, but they were pretty full health. Leona was kind of up a good bit, so you take what you can get. I think it's Bigfoot that said it best. If you don't capitalize on a burned flash, there was no point to burning the flash. So
True.
Let's see what Noggin can look to do here. If they look to make a play bot here again, Leona with no flash can certainly get bursted out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're on that timer, right? 5 minutes, and we're gonna see. Where's it 6? 5, right?
Yeah, it's 5. Unless they went Cosmic Insight,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it's
and
like
then it's a little shorter.
something less.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, absolutely. On that timer. But on the other side, you know, Chaos 6 now has a timer. Can hit that 6 here, and can look for a bot play with K's being very vulnerable as well. So, all eyes on jungle, all eyes on bot, expecting a clash down here somewhere right now, as we're going to see Noggin repeat ganking almost immediately. Yordle using the stun up. Ooh, nice! Uses the E, try and get out of there. But now, in the fray, also is Karthus. Noggin going incredibly low. Noggin actually going to be taken down for first blood by Mashy Sauce. Now, Mashy Sauce can be left alone in the 1v2, but does not get stunned up there. So, good planning by Noggin, but just, you know, really good execution from the Cuddly League guys. They get first blood trade back for it.
Yeah, I mean, pretty smart there of Yordle. Took the Zenith Blade into the Vi, and then just the Karthus damage paired with that Leona. You know, Noggin has to get in their face, and did die for it. It was a 1-for-1, but the first blood did go over to Karthus, and meanwhile, Wukong able to pick up these 3 grubs. Should be level 6 here, if not on the grubs after taking their Krugs. So Chaosic's feeling really good about this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking very chill. We're probably going to be hitting at level 6 so very soon. And, you know, this Karthus Leona bot is working out very, very well for the Cuddly League guys.
Yeah, I mean, Leona, one of the best. I think they're trying to make it out of the meta a little bit. Noggin might be getting collapsed on here.
Sauce and Yordle know what's going on with the dragon, but Egg Robber is able to come down here from mid to cover. A little bit of damage going through onto the support, but... Ooh, Shockwave going to be utilized, and that's going to be absolute disaster for the Cuddly League guys' bot lane. They overstepped into 4 members of Soymilk Lifestyle, and Mashy Sauce getting off a little bit of passive utilization there. Pow's not going to really be able to contest too much, as Chaos 6 was just coming out of base. Nice heads-up play there, especially from the mid laner for Soymilk Lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Got that roam off. Got another kill into this Jin's pocket. So K's should be feeling pretty good about their game state at the moment. And you get the dragon. I know it's a big argument between junglers on which is better. As nothing's happening up here. The trade dragons grubs. I'm a big dragon guy. I know some people are big grub guys. I think Zebra is a big fan of the grubberment. Where do you stand?
You know, it's situational, right? Depends on how turret-oriented, how split-oriented the team composition is in the moment. Or sometimes it depends on, like, hey, do I think I'm weaker here? Do I think I'm stronger here? Normally, I think I'm dragon-focused, but there are certain situations where I will prioritize scrubs. Also, maybe if it's just easy, they go for a play on bot side. Okay, I'll go for a play on top, you know? Sometimes it's opportunistic. Most of the time, if I'm prioritizing ahead of time, though, I am a dragon boy. It's just the classic. Also, yeah, shout out Haiti Villal in the chat for the fun fact. Birds are very closely related to dinosaurs. In fact, you want to look up one of the closer related ones, I believe, is cassowaries, which are a little bit nightmare fuelish in and of themselves. Although I don't actually know statistically where this stands. But Shoeville storks, as we're going to see, solar flare being pulled down, ignite being dropped. They're just going for the all-in barrier flash, also being used. Coming back up for K's here. Noggin looking at the midwave. Shockwave going to be used. Vi going to try and go forward. Pow's going to be really, really far. Flash forward from the Egg Robber, trying to get it done.
Ooh.
Flash for flash in the mid lane, but not too much going to happen. Pow's just going to pick up that mid wave using the bomb. Vi thinking about it.
Got the flashback up.
Yeah,
But-
I listen. I said those every single time.
Yeah.
100%. I'm going in.
I will say, for Noggin, I mean, there's got to be like a giant like red siren in the
Oh.
mid lane. You see, we gotta pause here. Smolder, no flash. That is a summoner that you can punish. Leona was a little harder. Really kind of punish Leona with no flash, but Smolder with Vi with Oriana. I want to see a play made mid in maybe a minute or so when you got the Oriar back up. Chat. Luffy saying that he flashes 174% of the time. Not even 100.
You know what? That's solid, and I am gonna make a little pause waffle for you all, so we can enjoy that. I have asked the powers and goblins that be to put back the waffle redemption button. So if you pray and spend schmeckles, then maybe one day we'll be able to return to having that.
I know. I mean, we all got put in jail, and it's just like I feel like we didn't get our belongings back once we got out.
Yeah. Hey, there's the individual of the hour, by the way. Everyone say happy birthday to NX Angel. Yes, it is a chocolate waffle. I was asked to make chocolate waffles, so I made chocolate waffles. If Soymilk wins, maybe I'll be able to afford a waffle. Listen. Maybe you will be able to afford a waffle, or maybe you'll be able to afford the Cuisinart Belgian round flip double waffle maker. This bad puppy can spit out a waffle every couple minutes. Per side, averaging about one waffle per minute. Absolute beauty. Not actually a sponsor of the stream, but a sponsor of the stream in my heart. We are displaying their brand name pretty visibly, so Cuisinart, if you want to come through, that'd be great. But yeah. Send me some, I'll pay for over. I don't want to get into there's all sorts of rules and regulations on like food shipping. I feel like the roughy and a toughie.
Plus, it's just like I feel like part of the satisfaction of making waffles with the Cuisinart machine is that sense of personal touch. You're the one that's doing all the work, so
True.
like to get sent a waffle made by one, it just doesn't hit the same.
Yeah, and it won't be as fresh.
That's for sure.
They change texture. Is that a hotel waffle maker? I think it might be the same brand they like to use in the hotels. I did not steal it from a hotel.
I mean, it looks like higher quality than like the hotel waffle makers that I've seen. Maybe. I mean, I haven't had a continental waffle in a while. So maybe they've upped the game since I last stayed at a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to even think. Maybe the last time I was at a hotel was the LCS finals in spring last year. That long ago. Oh,
That sounds like something a hotel thief would say. Listen, hey, maybe
Sure.
I am the most notorious hotel thief of all time. All right, I did
Not
go to a
supposed to
hotel
admit
one
to that.
time, and they didn't have a microwave in our room, and they said all the microwaves were being used, and I was kind of baffled that they didn't have a microwave for all of the rooms that were supposed to have a microwave, and that there was some kind of microwave dance going on between all of the different rooms at any given time. But that wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Sammy, not all of us have that surge in salary to like a room service, though. I mean,
Yeah, we're
just
not
got-
always getting that fat per diem, okay?
Yeah. Like that being said, I totally would if I could.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, if I could order room service waffles all day, listen, I would. As hoping we're about to get back into the game. Seems like maybe Mashy Sauce had a little bit of a disconnection issue. Hoping that's fixed. Caster compliment.
I can grab this one. EJK9 is their Twitch name, but of course, they are a near and dear member of the Cheesers. If you know, you know. Duolingo Owl. We have a match this Sunday between myself and TDS. So both of us need the win to make playoffs. So it's going to be a bit of a tight one. But no, great. Great. Oh no, it's the opposite. Well, I mean, like dealer's choice. No, but typically the people who pay for the compliment, they want that the pat on the back, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, that's so sweet, though.
Yeah.
Wait, you say they're actually called Duolingo Owl? As we get
Yes.
pause. They're gonna love to know that I have an unbroken 243 Duolingo streak. Okay?
Oh.
Been going since Jan 1. Completely unbroken. We are out here grinding German incredibly slowly.
No, but consistently.
Yep, that's the point. As I keep accidentally touching my mouse. Sorry for the viewing experience, gamers. Alright, and we're back into it. Not too big of a difference, but certainly a little bit up here for the side of Soymilk Lifestyle. They've got a Drake in their pocket. They had a little bit of a gold lead. Now it's, just waffled slightly, like 10, 20 gold or so over the lead guys. So essentially dead even. Now talking about scaling, who do you think wins this game if we go Giga late time? Because we've got some pretty hard scalers on both sides. Vladimir, obviously known to scale pretty hard, as does Jin. As does Oriana, I think, to be fair. Smolder obviously has a stacking passive, though. And Karthus, at least usually when I play him, often takes Gathering Storm. So, curious to see what your take on the overall analysis.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, by default, you have to think it's the team with Smolder has that late game advantage. I mean, Smolder just, once you get those stacks, every team fight is so hard. As you might be getting a team fight.
Here, Twisting Advance is going to be used. Ooh, catches up the W clone as one more grub is going to fall. Hovering around Cassante, trying to be on the flank, because we are going to see the bot side, people roaming on in. They don't want to let this last grub go for free. However, it's getting quite low. Jungler's got to get in there. Nice stop, nice knock up, and absolutely one-shot Chaosix gets taken off the field. And I'm running at him. Yeah, now going to be a little bit of trouble, but we are going to see the Karthus ult coming over the top. Is going to do some damage. Egg Robber, Dashy, both pretty low. Yordle going to be able to walk out. But really nicely coordinated from Soymilk Lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of bursted out the Wukong. With good shockwave, good follow-up. Didn't even have to use the Vi-R, so that is available for this dragon. Still no Smolder Flash, so could look to do that. But no, just a solid play from Soymilk.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're starting to get the ball rolling for their team now. They've got 3 grubs, plus the Drake, plus 700 gold. So things are looking up for the squad. Now, I completely, in the heat of that chaos, missed out on what you were saying about late game scaling. You just think it's Smolder stacks, so Smolder wins?
Well, so, like, that's the hard part. It's like, if Smolder can go unchecked in these fights, I just think having those stacks is such a ridiculous advantage. Yeah.
Contentious here. We are seeing Vi come up for the Drake. It would be a 3 versus 4, at least initially. Colonel Drake will just get taken out, though.
Yeah, good. I mean, good trade there overall. Dragon, 1 dragon apiece, 3 grubs apiece. Gold lead slightly in favor of Soymilk. As far as goes to scaling, Vladimir, like, I don't know how familiar you are at the moment. The like Grasp W Max Vladimir is just so annoying.
Grasp W Max. So the point is auto them for Grasp procs and get it health.
Yeah, you can basically like full health, and then you like just kind of permanently harass them. It's super annoying.
Why? Is it? Do you think it's that Vladimir just is this champion that inherently invites all of this, you know, cooking? Or do you think that Vladimir players are just incredibly inventive? Because we've seen so many different metas evolve around this champ, you know, over the years.
Yeah, I feel like Vlad, in my mind, just falls into that, like, Zillion camp, where, like, not a lot of people play the champion, but the ones that do are super, super good at it, and they have those, inventive strategies. Like Zillion, you had the Warmog's grass support meta. Um, Vlad, I think just, yeah, it's just the small player base knows what they're doing. Maokai might be getting caught out here though.
Yeah, Maokai might be in a little bit of trouble. Is going to be tagged there up by Yordle, slowed by the Wall of Pain. Has enough health, though, that they're going to be walking out. Brood, they have... Oh, my goodness. I am Yordle taking a ton of damage. Has to be careful. Yeah, here comes the curtain call, but we are also going to see some stuff happening in the mid lane as here comes Vi. Nice! Wombo combo! Egg Robber gets a dragon for their troubles. Now I am Yordle almost certainly... Ooh, really nice. Good flash out, preventing them from being bounced back, but now Chaosix looking to do damage to the mid lane, looking to get revenge for their mid laner. Whirling Cyclone going to be used, and they are going to give that one over to Mashy Sauce using the ultimate. And ultimately, you know, bot lane doesn't die. Herald being used in this mid lane will get taken out, but that mid turret is not going to stay up for long.
Yeah, it falls. Overall, another good play from Soymilk. You get the tower, you get the kill onto the Smolder, loses out on a pretty big wave there. Just really heads up, and now they're up about 2,500. Pretty solid spot.
Yeah, Soymilk got the ball rolling, and now it seems like we're accelerating a little bit. They're using all of the tools they have and pushing these advantages in all of these lanes. And there we saw it happen in mid and bot simultaneously. Very good. And we are also going to see the top lane turret going to go down, and now we're going to see Cassante doing Cassante things. However, Loom does have that ghost, still has the flash, so it's just going to pop it. Teleport actually going to be here from Orianna, and they're going to look to potentially change the fight. Noggin coming here as well. Shockwave going to be utilized. Loom, yeah, Egg Robber going to be able to pick that one up. Team could not get there in time.
Yeah, I mean, Coinflip saw the Vlad pool was used and kind of felt like that was their window to kind of make a play before Vlad got the reset off. I don't hate the look. Just Vlad with that ghost kind of able to just outrun the Cassante, and then by that point Cassante flashed in, didn't really have a whole lot left, and just good team play with that one teleport from Egg Robber.
Yeah, he did in fact yield, unfortunately. Now I do want to point out, on the side of Cuddly League, guys, good amount of gold is going to be on Mashy here, which I think is a good place to have it. I want to keep our eyes on this Karthus as Cuddly League guys look to solidify themselves back into this game.
Yeah, I think one thing I like for CLG is that they got that second dragon, so even though they're down this gold at the moment, they're not in a spot where they like need to contest super soon as far as these dragons. They can look to try and maybe break one of these turrets and get a little bit of gold in their pocket. They have that extra 5 minutes before they have to deal with a soul, but it looks like they're feeling like they can contest.
Yeah, it looks like Dragon is going to be contested here in the next 27 seconds. And I don't know if Cassante is going to make it down for it. Does have that teleport over the Vlad. That's the trade-off for the mobility there. Obviously, though, you do also have to worry about your standing structures. So turrets will be threatened if you choose to teleport down there, but it is an option to make this play a 4 versus 5 in favor of the league guys.
That's where this one's tough, because I think for them to win the fight, they probably need that numbers disadvantage, but depending on how the fight goes or how long it goes, Vlad could take that whole tower. So it's kind of a tough spot, and I like this call from CLG just to give this drag. It's just the second.
Yep, and in giving the drag, they are going to go look and try and take out the Vladimir. Now, he still has the flash. He's going to use it there, instantly trade for the Solar Flare.
Good punish there from Yordle. Again, we're gonna hope and see Leona Wukong maybe catch out this Vlad with no flash. Once the pool's down, pretty easy to take down. I feel like it's a lot easier without that flash.
We're going to see a little bit of a trap being laid here. Trap for Chaos 6. Not too much going to happen, and now actually Mashy Sauce potentially coming to assist. Might see a little 3 versus 4 action, but no, Chaos 6 just gets found out, caught up. Twisting advance, also going to grab Mashy on the back end, but not too much going to happen there off that. Yo, Static Shiv does some pretty solid work on these waves.
Yeah, the Static Shiv rapid fire cannon, I think it's RFC is what Jin typically goes. It's a weird time in League of Legends as tower goes down, objective bounties are live for CLG. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on any of that, but I guess Jin's going something different. Off the top of my head, that does not appear. I think it's an IE.
Yeah, I think so.
Not like us as players typically ever get to build that item, but
no. I cannot tell you the last time I built an IE. Maybe no, I don't even think like maybe Bel'Veth? Or maybe if I was trying to play Kindred or something, which occasionally I'll do, but I'm not good at. Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I built an IE. That's maybe I should try out IE Warwick. What do you think about that?
Oh. I mean,
just the way you said that. Oh.
No, I mean, I'm not the biggest Warwick expert. Like, I know a guy who's got like 17 million, I think, mastery on it.
Jesus.
No, it's like 1 million for Kato 1000, the resident Warwick player of the LBLCS. But no, I think IE. It sounds like we're cooking a little hard there. Not a bad thing, but just hard.
I mean, you get your Bork, right? And then you get your IE. Your Bork lets you attack fast, and the IE lets you do more damage when you attack, right?
I mean, nothing you're saying is incorrect.
All right, sorry. You know, Luffy, I used to like you, but now I guess I don't. That's kind of unfortunate.
Oh, well, you just play Shaco, so it's fair.
Yeah, exactly. I like this actually, opening up with the Karthus ult, dropping those Malignance piles. Baron going to be taking quite low. Twisting advance going to be utilized there. Looking to go through. That's flash in onto Mashy. Mashy almost certainly going to die, but is going to be able to use the Death Defiled passive. Now on the back end, Twisting Cyclone going to be found onto Naze, and Noggin gets taken out. Lumen, though, looking to claim the support, looking to kill Yordle off, and Chaos 6 just trying to stay alive. But the Vlad comes in and throws down some Sanguine magic. Try and keep them out. Pow's trying to do the damage. And this is actually looking quite good for the Cuddly League guys. Cassante goes all out. Cassante is not yielding, and the Cuddly League guys do an excellent job stopping that Baron take.
Yeah, I mean, that was just so well played there. Pals stayed in the bot lane, got that objective bounty, had the ability to teleport in, and then Chaosix just had the flank on the Wukong, got the Cyclone off onto the Jhin, popped the Summoners. Karthus did what Karthus does from the grave, and that gold lead just shrunk a pretty good bit. You know, of course, Soymilk still ahead about 3,000, but the momentum probably starts to feel pretty good for CLG.
Yeah, and CLG are going to be quite happy with getting that gold. And 8,400. Actually, most gold of any individual in the game is going to be here on Mashy, on that Karthus. So having that Karthus, especially with that passive, being a problem, helps you control choke points, helps you control team fights. Really good power to have. Also, these chocolate waffles are pretty good. I should put chocolate chips in them, though. So I'm debating whether I should go get chocolate chips or not.
Wait, well, so like, what is the difference between what is a chocolate waffle then? Like, as far as like making batter? Because I was under the assumption it was like chocolate chips.
I put, well, no, that would be a chocolate chip waffle, right? Like, if I say I'm making chocolate, I wouldn't say I'm making chocolate pancakes. I'd say I'm making chocolate chip pancakes, right? So a chocolate waffle is using cocoa powder in the batter, right?
Okay.
So the chocolate is infused throughout. Funnily enough, a little bit of trivia for you on the history of the chocolate chip cookie. Chaosix has a decent little bush there. We'll get spotted out by the sapling. chocolate chip cookies were invented by baker Ruth Wakefield, I believe it was, who was trying to make chocolate cookies and didn't have any cocoa powder and was hoping that the chocolate bar that she had would melt evenly throughout the batter while it cooked. As we are going to see the fight going on here. Yordle actually going to be in the middle, stunning up the Egg Robber. Teleport coming down. Nice shockwave, but Egg Robber will eventually fall. Cyclone also finding all the members on the backside. I'm Yordle getting taken quite low, but now the jungler is going to be on the receiving end. Curtain Call going to be thrown, but there's too many members too close, and Kay is going to try and do the damage, but here comes the finale. Arthas going to pick up some kills, and the Cuddly League guys are going to pick up this dragon. However, I do believe they trade their top turret.
And that's that, you know, the difference in summoners that we were talking about. You know, CLG went to 3 teleports. Soymilk only went to 1. That was a great TP in there from Coin Flip. They win the 5v4. They even up the dragons, and the gold is now looking pretty even. I mean, about 2,000, so not negligible, but they were down, you know what, 5-6k just a couple minutes ago. That's a back-to-back really good plays from CLG.
Yeah, CLG sprinting their way back into this game in these last 2 objective team fights, playing them incredibly well. And still, Mashy Stoss is going to be the recipient of a lot of this gold, but will be followed up now pretty closely by Pause, who by my recollection is about 4th in the game in terms of numbers, which is really what you see. Can I get a Smolder stack check from you real quick, Les?
Yeah, I actually... That's just perfect timing, because I went and looked at the same time. At 204, so a couple of waves off of that 225 threshold. Look, Karthus, I know you're feeling strong, but like, give this mid wave over to your Smolder, give the Raptors, give the red. You want Smolder to have that execute, and then look to fight. Smolder heading the other direction, though.
Yeah, Smolder may be going to go match the Orianna, collect up this bot wave. Does have the teleport available should a dragon fight break out. So that's where they're going to be oriented for now. Argus deciding CLG again, defending the Baron, playing it safe, playing it time, and I think that's a very solid game plan. You have this Smolder. The Smolder is stacking. So what can they do when that passive burns down?
Get the answers to us. Maybe start Baron here. Or catch out Chaos.
Chaos 6! W keeping him alive. But Ultimate's going to be utilized. Now Mashy's actually going to be in a little bit of trouble. This is quite disastrous for the league guys. Death Defile. Not going to be able to get enough done there. And now it is 3 versus 5. And that is almost certainly the Baron going over to the side of Soymilk lifestyle.
Yeah, gonna have to be quite the steal from Palace here. Baron, I mean, they are getting kind of low. Smolder, let's see, do they have their execute? They are at 223, so not quite gonna be able to do it.
Oh, that's so hard.
But a lot of damage.
They're gonna look to do it. So look like they're gonna utilize Cassante going in. Lots of damage happening. Egg Robber goes gold, and Pause gets 1. Did Pause get it in the middle of the fight? Yes, they did. They get 1, they get 2, and that is going to effectively stop the take. And now Lumen is going to be the target. Wow. And the Requiem from the Night comes down and takes out Dashi.
Man, that, again, so clutch there that they're able to get that execute right during that fight. They get the first kill, get the execute, deny the Baron in a 3v5. Massive play there from CLG. Looks like they're actually going to get the mid tier 1 too. This is really back and forth.
Yeah. Smolder 223 stacks going into the fight. Do you get stacks when you people? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I believe so.
So just got those 2 stacks that they needed. Get that ignite passive, helping them finish off Egg Robber, helping them finish off K's. And I think someone did point out in chat, but I do think that Soymilk Lifestyle are going for the Baron maybe a little bit too much here. Their team composition does not do the most consistent Baron burn damage.
Yeah, that's the downside. Going Jhin as your primary AD option. Jhin, good for a lot of things, but killing Baron, not necessarily one of them. That being said, we're still even in terms of gold. And you still have the scaling. You have a Vlad who's pretty strong, working on that decap. It looks like so. All hope is not lost. You just gotta kind of like rein it in a little bit if you are Soymilk.
Yeah, you know, Smolder stacking the exact same way as Vigar makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I don't know why that never clicked. Nice. Now, I do want to point out, Mr. Vladimir over here. Whenever I see those 2 purple rods in someone's inventory, I start to get a little bit nervous, you know?
Yeah, they're about 500 off of the threshold they need for that for the death cap, and it doesn't look like they're gonna have it for this dragon, especially with no TP. So they're just gonna walk it down and look to make a play in this fight. Whereas Cassante, you know, last time had the TP advantage, won't necessarily have that this time.
Yeah. Have the advantage because Vlad is here to fight 2-2 Drakes. And we are going to see, actually, Chaosix getting chased down here. Going to use the W, but by nice hold on the Q. Ultimate going to be utilizing that. Is almost certainly going to be the Cuddly League guys jungler getting taken out, trying to do damage before they go. Going to get a little bit of poke out on the Egg Robber. Could be crucial for the fight to come. Doesn't look like Cuddly League guys want to give it up just yet. I Am Yordle going forward. Nice stuns on both K's and Egg Robber from I Am Yordle. Absolutely massive. However, the backline's getting totally melted. And now Coin Flip and Yordle are going to be left. But the Requiem from beyond picks up 1, picks up 2, and Cassante will not yield. Cuddly League guys are going to get their Drake.
I mean, again, that was a 4v5. Wukong died before the fight even happened. And just the damage from this Karthus, the Smolder R over the top. So much work being done by these 2 carries. And they're going to get the dragon. They're going to be on soul point. That's the power of that late game scaling.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a comically slow dragon take, but they do get the job done in the end. The Smolder Karthus combo is an absolute metric ton of damage. It's so much.
And the thing is, right, like, you know, if you see a Smolder or you see a Karthus, you're always thinking, like, okay, we just blow up that damage threat and then win the fight. But when you have 2 of those threats in the game at the same time, unless Egg Robber is hitting a massive shockwave, you can only pick one with your Vi Maokai kind of you know, pick style comp. So these fights are getting really hard for Soymilk.
Yeah, pretty tough here, but you know, they had the momentum. They can probably find it again. Their composition really thrives in picking someone off, or if Vladimir can just one pop whoever they want. Critically, that death cap has now been completed. Not sure if it was completed for that last fight. So, interesting where that goes. Where?
For the Vlad or the Karthus?
For the Vlad.
It was not. It was he bought it after the drag fight.
So maybe that helps make some of the difference here. Get Pows out of there just a little bit faster. Maybe you kill Mashy in a location that can't affect the fight. And that's something else that's been happening. Mashy has been dying during these fights, but has been able to utilize the passive very well. And now we're going to see Cassante might be in a little bit of trouble. Noggin going over. Speaking of Karthus, that's going to come down right now. Cassante's not going to yield, but now we're going to see Egg Robber and Dashi going to be on the other side. Chaosix ulting the back line, and now Cassante going to be going back in. Chaosix has to leave, but now here comes Mom over the top. The teams have cornered up, but now Smolder's going to be applying good shockwave, and now here comes Curtain Call over the top, but the damage just not there for the side of Soymilk Lifestyle, and Cuddly League guys have bullied them off the Baron Pit.
A lot of summoners getting burned there. I don't think either team can really do the Baron, though.
No.
So, really close fight in like 2 different places that ends up being a 0-for-0. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It was maybe both teams being a little bit reticent to dive all in, just saying, hey, this fight keeps happening and keeps coming into us, we're good, but we gotta keep moving back, we gotta keep moving out, because the game is kind of on that knife's edge right now. There's only about 1,000 gold separating these.
And 1,000 gold at 33 minutes doesn't mean I mean, it's a gold lead, but like 1,000 at this point is a lot different than like 1,000 at 10 minutes.
Yep.
The Smolder their scaling's never gonna stop. The Karthus doing so much damage. Doesn't matter if they die. They're doing what Karthus does, which is pop the R once they're dead. A lot of pressure, I think, on Lum. I think Egg Robber and Noggin, like, they're still the tools. Like, if they get a massive shockwave with the Vi delivery system, can for sure win these team fights. But it's just that execution. The pressure's on blue side here.
Yeah. Blue side feeling the burn. 1 minute and 30 seconds until the next dragon. It's likely going to be one of the deciding objectives of this game. Will be that soul point for the League guys. They could choose to actually threaten the Baron instead of it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is really kind of a dream spot for CLG. Like I said, they can either go for the soul, which I think is super good on Smolder, or they can force Soymilk to go and contest them at a soul, and then just go and do a Baron, because it's not soul point for Soymilk. So hopefully Soymilk can kind of get their vision. They can get an idea of where CLG are going to look to go, because you want to be on like the front burner of that play.
Yeah. 45 seconds until this dragon. This coin flip's going to be taking up that top. You know, for their name, I don't think coin flip's been that coin flippy. I think coin flip's actually been playing very solid, very macro oriented. So, I
like
we're gonna have a classic here, Death Bush. And again, Chaosix might be the one to get caught out early. We're gonna leave the Death Bush.
They gave up the trap.
It was so good. Gave up the Death Bush there. No worries. Are definitely going to see a fight here sometime in the next few seconds.
They're trying to keep the mid prio, it looks like. I mean, CLG currently has it. They have access to wave, and now Noggin showing up means that actually, there's the Maokai R.
They realized that they didn't have a member, and there goes the Twisting Advance. However, the tanks are going to be at the front, and they're not going to be taking that much damage. Solar Flare not going to land too heavily, and now Cyclone going in on the front line members of Soymilk Lifestyle. Oriana going to be taken out, and Cuddly League guys just going to get their soul.
Yeah, and what's so hard here is, sure, Noggin could look to go for a steal, but you get the steal, and you're giving up the Baron.
Yordle and Coin Flip are not going to let anything happen. They're pulling security. They're hanging out in the back of that pit. Drake goes to the side of Cuddly League guys, and they get that Hextech Soul. Now, this could be a mistake from CLG. Let me tell you why. Once you get your Dragon Soul, what's next?
Elder.
Now, you've got your own little baby Elder, right? You got Pows there, hanging out with the passive, stacking it up. It's beautiful, it's great. What happens if Soymilk Lifestyle get Elder? Now, all of a sudden, tables are a little bit turned. Tables are a little bit flipped. So, opening up the opportunity for Elder can be a little bit scary if you are in the lead. However, Guardian Angel can be the purchase here for Wukong.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, they're kind of playing the... I mean, at this point, you're not the main character on the Wukong. You are enabling the Karthus, the Smolder. So I don't hate the idea of, like, getting the GA to, like, dive in and still, like, be able to buy your time. As a Noggin maybe getting caught out here.
Yeah, Noggin gets kidnapped and absolutely deleted. As TP comes out from Egg Robber, but it's not quite going to be fast enough, and forced to flash as well, so both sums going to be used there. Jungler dead. Surely CLG go for this Baron.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of stuff got burned there, so I'm not really sure that Soymilk have much of a play. Looks like they're maybe going to fish with like a Jin R potentially, but other than that, just going to be the Baron, and probably some objective bounties coming up.
Yep.
No, not quite.
Baron going to be in the pocket of the Cuddly League guys. Gonna have to see what they can get that one done. Again, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left until the Elder fight. That if the game doesn't end by then, we are certainly going to see. So, stay tuned for that one, as we do have a bit of an old pause.
Yeah, I don't know. We started in the bot lane with some internet issues. Now we're heading to the top lane with some mouse issues. I don't know.
No. mouse issues. Has that like confirmed that that's a computer mouse, or could it be that the mice that are powering their computer have decided to take a smoke break?
Well, and this is where the rest of the messages I think tell us the answer. They said top mouse died, shouldn't be a long one. Because personally, I think if my pet mice that were powering my computer died, I'd probably be mourning for at least 4 seconds.
Yeah.
But the way that they responded made me think it was probably just like the computer mouse.
Or hear me out, robot mouse. Robot mouse
True.
died, gotta plug them back in so that they can keep powering your computer. I mean, have you looked in your power supply? Do you know that it's not just a bunch of little robotic mice?
I can't say definitively that it's not, right?
Yeah. We don't know. We just don't know, chat. We are going to see mid lane pushing here with the Baron. Going to throw Chaosix on the side lane, deal with the push there for Loom. And Loom, I feel like we've been looking for Loom to do some work in these fights, but they're happening too quickly.
Yeah, I mean with Vlad, you can't. I mean, I guess you could kind of run at them head on, but especially into like a Leona, a Cassante, a Wukong, I think you have to try to like get behind them somehow, which is just, it feels like it gets tougher when the game is not in your like you're not the one dictating. It's a little bit tougher to do that. But no, I mean certainly if Loon can get onto these squishy members, they can wreak havoc, and they can wreak havoc on the tanks too, and full heal any damage coming their way. Jin actually doing a good bit of work.
Yeah, Jin clearing the way, making sure that even though they have the Baron, the amount of turret damage their Cuisinart Baron power play is not getting them all that much money.
Which is good if you are Soymilk. Like I said, they got that Elder in 2 minutes.
2 minutes and
anything
15
can happen.
seconds.
And that looks like we're actually just Baron plays over. Gonna get the resets off, get the gold spent. I don't hate this. You're kind of speeding up your reset so that you can then be at the Elder sooner, because you don't want.
Woohoo!
And now we're back to the bot lane.
Double pause. All right, y'all get a chocolate waffle for your troubles. That's how it works. We hit pause, you get waffle. That's how it functions. Nice. I'm hearing some fun noises from the League client these days.
Yeah, a lot of just a lot of sounds in general. League is doing a whole lot. It looks like it was a quick fix.
Okay. I'm gonna run and grab some water just.
Or maybe not. What do I know? Taking a look, about 5k gold difference. You got the soul. I mean, CLG, this is their game. They just have to dictate as we are out of the pause. They got to make the big play. They got to catch the egg robber. They got to catch K's. Because again, Vi, Ori, any point in the game, you catch Smolder, and all of a sudden, things are feeling really bad. So if I'm Soymilk, I'm trying to keep this mid prio, and I'm trying to be the first one to that dragon. Maybe set up a death brush. We've seen that happen successfully before.
Yeah, so arguing the post-pause. Also, I do want to point out, Pals is aware of this and aware of their vulnerability in the composition. Has a whole Zanya's Hourglass.
Smart.
Here on this one.
She's going to make it that much tougher. So that begs the question, do you go on the Karthus? But again, that's kind of like that double-edged sword. Catch the Karthus, you're getting rewarded with Requiem in your face.
Yeah, you gotta somehow catch the Karthus and neutralize the Requiem damage. As Pow's just spitting in the face of Soymilk lifestyle there. A little bit rude.
About a minute. Loom gonna have to start making their way down here. Without the teleport, they kind of just have to walk it out. Maybe take a Hextech portal to sneak behind. I mean, at this point, if Cassante, got that tier 2 top, it is what it is. Like, the Elder fight is kind of their ticket back in. So I like this call.
Yeah. Just fighting their time. 32 seconds till Smolder looks to claim another head of his kin to empower his team for victory. Kind of fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
It's a little... I don't know how I feel about dragon on dragon violence. We're going to see Noggin going very far forward there for Chaosix.
Yeah, actually maybe getting caught. Ooh.
Q. Icy Q. And looks like Ows may be full resetting here. Might have an item completion. We are going to see, I believe, the rapid fire cannon come through there. Teleporting back into this Drake fight.
Yeah, items definitely in the Smolder's favor, and they're just pushing the mid wave, so they kind of are daring Soymilk to either fight this Elder, as Noggin might be looking to catch.
Cows might be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, Noggin finds the ultimate assault and battery onto the backline, but now he's going to be isolated. Curtain Call going over the top as Noggin has to run. Cyclone going to prevent the Curtain Call from going to completion as Egg Robber's trying to do damage, but it's just not going to be quite enough. Chaosix looks like they're going to fall. Here comes the Requiem from over the top. That's going to be the GA popped as Loom goes golden, but I don't know that Loom's going to be able to stay alive. Hayes and Dashi, the bot lane, going to be the last ones left, but no yielding shall be done today, and that's going to look like Cuddly League guys might just be able to win the game outright.
Oh, Pals bought so much time there. They had the Flash, they had the Zanyas, they bought so much time for the rest of their team to show up. I think I saw maybe 5 different stasi.
Yeah, there was a lot of stasis happening. There was stasis happening. So the 3 stasis happened and a GA popped as Yordle wants blood, is gonna fall, but Kane's gonna go down with them as Chaosix might get pummeled for it as well. They will. It will not matter. Game 1 goes over to the Cuddly League guys as they successfully hug that cow.
Really, the power scaling, we were talking about it early. The Smolder, give it enough time, became a massive problem. But I mean, that Karthus damage, that shows it off. 41 and some change is not chump business.
Yeah, and that's Cuddly League guys have shown what they're come to play with. They're coming to play with Karthus bot, coming to play with Smolder mid, and it's looking pretty good. All right, I will get you your even schmeckles. Congratulations to Delivery Service for correctly predicting the outcome with the most amount of money spent. Cuddly League guys won. Cuddly League guys won. Yes, they did. I always have to second check myself whenever I do the you know what I mean. You know what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Someone could say a lot of words with no words. It's really a marvel if you think about it.
They could have a concept of some words. Absolutely.
Wait.
Holy Karthus damage. What happened? Show gold graph. I don't know if we can see the gold graph from here. Because it's not in my match history. This is the post-match advanced details. So, post-match advanced details doesn't actually have the, timeline graph. And also, it thinks that I played Vladimir. So, Anything anyone wants to see?
So, okay, this is really interesting. And I'm not sure if it of the importance, but I went and looked at the streaming sheet just out of curiosity, and we have not 1, not 2. Wait, no, we've only got 2. I can't read. I'm reading the other. I saw one of the financial players for CLG in a custom, and I thought we had the entire organization playing LBLCS games, but they might just be in a scrim unless they're fooling me. Wonder how the other CLG team's doing because econ guys are feeling pretty good. Early game went even. On the scaling side of things, like that's what you want. Um, I'm guessing we probably don't see the Smolder again. Or I mean, honestly, the Karthus was like the bigger nuisance. So I wouldn't be shocked if maybe Vega's over there talking about banning out the Karthus.
Yeah, Vega looking to give a little more round, get a little strategy going. Which I believe in. Also, curious if anyone knows how the NG Outlaws versus Sperm Whales series is going. Top of this group A, also playing as we speak.
Take a quick
Yes.
taking a quick look at Sammy Two Slaps. Well, that's not going to help. Well, luckily OPGG actually does, assuming that they did what they're supposed to do and did a tournament code. Let's take a look here. Oh, they started at 9, so they're only
Yeah,
looks like they're a couple minutes into game 1. Sammy Two Slap not on the Tarek though, so off his one trick. I don't know. He's on Nautilus.
Okay, all right. I think Sammy can play Nautilus.
Sammy can play all the engages. I think I've seen Sammy play. Some people just kind of have that like, that archetype.
Mm-hmm.
Like NBA. You got your, you got your guys that are there to box out and rebound, and Sammy is like that guy on NGO. He's there to play engage. He's there to frontline, and he does it really well. Like, to be fair, hopefully if Sammy comes back and listens to this, that is not Flame. Like, you are legitimately really good at that role, but it's good to like know what you're good at.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll just be waiting for this next start here. Now, okay. Do a little scenario for me right now. You are Vega, right? I am Soymilk Lifestyle. We are looking at this draft. We're banning the Karthus. What are we opening up? And what are we maybe adjusting in terms of our own composition?
So I think I'm leaving up. That's where it's tough. I mean, I want to say like Syndra. I feel like Syndra, and again, I mean, for all we know, Pals is like an insane Syndra mid player, but it's an immobile mage, whereas Ari has like a lot of that mobility. Um, maybe leave open the Syndra, maybe you leave up the Jinx and look to really kind of punish. I think like the comp structure was fine for CLG or for Soymilk. I think they had the early objectives, they kind of had the gold lead, and it was just kind of I think if anything, I'm just like if I'm Vega, I'm telling my guys to just like slow down, take a breather, because the way that CLG got back into that game was around those Barons where they didn't have the best Baron take, and CLG just had some really good flanks, really good fights, and won that way. So that would be what I'm doing, is more so focusing on like the pump the brakes a little bit, slow down. We were winning early, and I I got invited to a flex game from Luffy, so like I got pumped out there. Thought I was almost clicked the wrong invite.
Oh, goodness.
It looks like they're sticking on the same side here, which I don't hate that either.
I love that. Let me tell
As
you,
the streamer, it's the best.
it's the greatest thing ever. I have to click like one button and that's it.
Oh, I hate to be that guy, but if you
Oh
check the
no.
chat,
All right. Hey, listen. It's fine if you want to switch sides. Like that's a-okay. But if you give me that fleeting moment of happiness, that I don't have to change everything. And then you rip it away from me. I don't know. A little hurtful.
Like, we'll forgive you, but we'll just like always be thinking about that moment, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's for sure allowed, but like, come on, man.
Now there's gonna be gonna be quite the game of musical chairs here. Gonna have to, because there's 4 people in the spectator, and so there's only so many slots for shuffling.
Yes.
So we'll see how this goes.
Shall see.
All right, I'll do the tango. I'll move over to team 2, and then hopefully Soymilk will start lining up so I can take one of those sweet spectator spots.
So this game, Soymilk Lifestyle, are going to be on the right-hand side of the rift. Yes.
Unless they're hitting us with like the double reverse.
You know, if I do this and they hit me with a double dub, a double dub reverse, I'm just done.
We're calling it.
I'm gonna pull an Ev Dingus and just go to sleep on stream.
Can't be going to sleep. It's like 6:30 over there.
Listen,
That's just gonna ruin your
with the
bedtime.
amount of sleep debt that I have, I can go to sleep whenever I want. Okay.
And like it's interesting you mentioned that because like I've been starting to like take naps a little more frequently. Yeah. So like sometimes you get home from work and it's just like what? I want to sleep for an hour, and then it's like you do it, and it feels great in the moment, right? But like I'm waking up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then
wait. Did they double flip? No, they didn't.
No, just a single flip. But then I just like find myself struggling to fall asleep at night because like I got because it's never an hour of like a post work nap. It always ends up being like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's
That's a
whole debacle.
It is a whole thing. Yeah, for sure. BBK15 hitting us with the prime. Thank you so much. You know what you're gonna do. Talk to our buddy Todd. Visit the Denny's in Vermont. Pancakes, of course, are going to be on us. However, syrup that costs like 10 cents. And bacon's got to be like what, $2-3, maybe $4.99. I don't know. Prices getting crazy out here.
Yeah. All right. And Loki, what you're saying's not wrong. Like for sure, naps would be like ideally 2-3 p.m. But that traditional 9 to 5, which is really an 8 to 5. Reality is like
messed up.
Our boss is typically like, I don't know about you guys, but like my boss probably wouldn't love if I just took a nap at 2 p.m. and I still had like 3 hours of work, right?
Half of the world does siesta. You know what, Loki? Cause the cultural revolution. Do it. Just do it.
Like I'll join the revolution. I'm just like I'm not in that headspace to be the starter. Somebody else has to take the charge. But like I'll be in like the 7th row, pitchfork ready to go.
Yeah, I'll hold a picket sign that says naps at 2 to 3 p.m. Listen, labor unions are how we got the 5-day work week. 9 to 5 sort of deal, right? If they can give us that, they can probably help give us siesta. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. We are in draft. Let's see what Soymilk looks to do different.
Molder ban coming out. A little bit of an inverse there, where in game 1 they had banned the Jinx and then Syndra. They've now chosen to take the Molder off the table, whereas a Mumu, going to be the last one here, mimicking their bans for the first time, also going to ban the Karthus. Both of those champs they don't want to deal with. However, now gives CLG the options of both the Syndra and the Ahri, which were banned the first rotation, but they're just going to pick that Leona.
Yeah, I mean Leona still super strong as a support. There are things you can pick that you kind of counter it. I mean, you look at the Braum, you look at I mean, you could go like the skill matchup with the Nautilus. Alistar counters Leona really hard. It's just kind of up to what Dashy wants in that support position. Um, but I definitely don't hate the Leona blind. Played really well on it, and it's gonna be the Rel, which I'm a big fan of. When I was a support, Rel was my favorite champ to play.
Mm,
I was really sad when they
I
got rid
love
of the
that.
um, Rel jungle, and it's gonna be Brand, which could be a flex. I don't love it in the jungle Brand has kind of taken some hits over the patches. It's not as good as it once was, but it can still work.
I like that Jungle Brand was a thing. I love Brand as a champ. Uh, I think there's a world where this is actually Brand APC.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, Kaisa going to be the pickup here from CLG. So going to be interesting to see how that champion is piloted because we saw Mashi play a very different style of champion last game. Unless this could be Kaisa. Is Kaisa mid still a thing?
Um, not not so much. Like the AD mids are more of like the Ezreal, the Smolder, the Lucian a little bit. It technically could be flexed. Probably not getting flexed though is it was gonna be Viego. Back to the Wukong for Chaos 6. Um, I'm assuming it's probably gonna be that Kai'Sa Leona bot, kind of that kill lane. Brand, if it is bot, is pretty immobile
Ooh, I like
and
that.
it can be picked up. A little bit of
Yeah,
takeaway.
was one of their bans the first time around. This time they say, "Hey, you know what? We can pilot it." So this is it's the good old pick ban pick, where it's a pick and a ban. Gotta love
Yep.
it. Going to see the second rotation bans coming out. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Syndra, but Garen actually going to get. What is hard countered by Garen? Are we going to see Nasus? I thought Nasus was pretty heavily nerfed in the last patch.
I mean, Garen is just kind of one of the. It's just such a nuisance of a champ, right? Like the tenacity, the healing from the passive, the all in ability. Like as a former, silver gold top laner back in like 2019, like I know that like Garen hasn't changed in those years. So I don't mind the ban at all. They probably need like another. Well, they really need like some hard 80 damage. This is where we don't know if the brand's gonna go jungle, if it's gonna go bot lane. They're gonna need something that can pump out the damage. We do see the Yasuo ban as a result. Maybe a Yone
Hey,
as well.
Brand Top's a thing. Okay. I...
Well, physically, yeah. I mean, this is the low budget LCS. We have seen Vel'Koz top. We've seen Riven support. I think anything can happen for sure. But do we think Vega is picking brand top series on the line? It's like 50-50.
Not unless it was cooked. Also, that ban that was missed is going to be a Yone ban.
Yeah, so they identify that some 80 is going to be heavily needed. A couple seconds on the pick. Do you leave that brand flex? No. Looks like you're likely giving top counter pick, which I like.
Yeah, I'm expecting that now to be Brand Jungle. Brungle is not that strong. How do you expect this Wukong Brand matchup to go?
Well, so Wukong, like his whole, how do I put this? Like his passive does not help him when it comes to these AP champs. So that is gonna be kind of tough. For Chaos 6, you get that armor with the stacks, but doesn't do you any good with MR. So that's why things like Lilia, Diana, Brand have all been doing pretty well into Wukong jungle. Um, I still think like both these junglers should be looking to just kind of full clear, which is gonna be a little easier for the brand. We see coin flip back on that Cassante that they did super well on last game.
Yeah, Sante just going to be the pickup yet again. Punk going to be again very different from Smolder.
Top lane counter coming out, going to be And we said they needed AD, and they could pick the Vayne.
Yeah, that's good old Vayne top there. Or I guess, you could put Lucian top. Vayne could go to the ADC slot. Just saying. Could happen.
It could. I think. Now I am not a big Cassandre player, but I can't imagine that that's a fun matchup. The 3-hit passive from Vayne, the E away anytime you try and get close. Probably gonna go Ghost as well. Probably a bit of a nightmare for coin flip if I had to guess.
Yeah. Also, Soymilk lifestyle's name being 2 compound words, where it could be soy milk lifestyle, or soy milk lifestyle, or soy milk lifestyle. You know, the thing. I know it's soy milk lifestyle. But anywho, also, if all of Vega's teams are lifestyle teams, does that make Vega a lifestyle influencer?
Yeah, I mean, lifestyle coach for sure. I mean, I get, and they actually no, because they did come out with a merch line recently, so I think that by virtue that would make him an influencer.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's canonically Vega is now our resident lifestyle influencer. And you cannot change my mind on that one.
I like the all all in on Soymilk, but wait, okay, there we go. I saw 300 in the pool when he said all in, and like I wasn't trying to wallet shame, but you know.
Hey, PP's
Now
delivery
comes up
service,
there.
that's not all in. I saw how many schmeckles you made last time, okay? Don't think you're slick with it. If you say all in, I want to see you walk the walk, alright?
What did I do?
Are going to see Ickban going through. Solid idea,
I'm not
though.
going to forget to bet this time. Forgot last
Who you
time.
betting on?
Oh, and this is just where it's tough because I think every part of me wants to see this series go to 3 games. But I just like a lot of the core that we saw from CLG last time is still in place. Your LeBlanc has a lot of squishy targets they can dive in on. Not a whole lot of like Ari Charm, Rel Q to maybe CC, but there's no like point and click. So I wouldn't be shocked if Pals has a really good game here. That being said, I might just take the Popoba train or the Popoba school of betting and just waiting and seeing a couple minutes and seeing where the money's to be made.
I mean, yeah. I always just like favoring the better payout, but
Yep.
sometimes it's worth it just to say, all right, I really think CLG have this in the bag. They demonstrated their shit game 1. I'm just gonna, put my money on what I think is the confident. Or maybe you say, hey, Soymilk Lifestyle, really cook with this draft. I think this draft is gonna win. You go on that. So I don't always do it, but that is how I bet most of the time.
Yeah, we'll give it another minute here, see where it's looking like. Like I said, my heart is with Soymilk. Of course, Vega, a fellow boother, also have that reason to root for him. But we'll see where we're shaking out here. A lot of schmecks just went down on CLG, so maybe my heart and my brain can line up here.
Maybe they can. Yeah, 60k in the pot so far, pretty even across the board. Do you know how many schmeckles I have? My kids need to eat. PP's delivery service going all in. Absolutely. Listen, the reason I'm hard on schmeckles, right, is we have a schmeckle inflation problem, right? Schmeckles just aren't going as far as they used to, and the orders that have come down from our overlords are simply to to deflate the Schmeckle through channel point redemptions and other methods so that we have more of the Schmeckles in the central bank, less in circulation. That's insight.
Have you heard youngster Joey, who just put 50K on this game? I believe is like probably close to 500K at this point. They might be the king Schmeckle holder at this point. But now they've put me in this interesting spot where I was gonna bet on Soymilk, but like the odds are just kind of on CLG's side here, so I'm just gonna dabble. We'll dabble a little bit. We'll fight inflation.
Dabble a little bit.
No, well, don't melt your Schmeckles down. I don't think it's like gold. I think if you melt them, they're just kind of gone forever. You know what I mean?
Melt my Schmeckles down. What would a melted Schmeckle be? I think.
Like when I think of a Schmeckle, I think of like a coin. You know, like a goblin sitting on a pile of coins. Like that's what I think a Schmeckle is. So maybe it would be like gold, because coins are typically of the metal variety. Maybe this conversation is disproving everything I just said. Let's. I look up Schmeckle coin on Google and it says Halloween feel, which I don't even know what that like. What does that mean? Oh, I gotta look into this a little bit.
Computer smells. Ooh, Schmecks are Skittles. Melted Schmeckle would be half-dried syrup stuck to the side of a table. Oh, going with the Denny's theme. I see. Oh, maybe a Schmeckle is a piece of gum that's been placed underneath the table in a diner.
Oh. But hate that. I don't know. For as many Schmeckles as I have, I should probably like figure out kind of what I have in my portfolio, right?
Yeah, where's your diversification?
Yeah, well, there's no real great like cash out option. Like I could cash in a lot of It Takes Twos, but like that would be a lot of drinks being consumed, because I'm I put 10K in this game bet, but I'm at 296 with that extra 10K in the pot. So
that's quite a few Schmecks.
and see, that's a lot of waffles even. That's like what 60 waffles there about?
That is a lot of waffles. I don't know, maybe we need a you know what would be good?
What's that?
We should make a channel point redemption that's like 500K Schmeckles or something like that, and it's like Discord role title. You get to like make and I'm just cooking fresh. I don't know if this will be approved by the big bosses, just so we know. You pay 500K Schmeckles, or maybe like 250 even, and you get to just pick any cosmetic title you want. Or we make a cosmetic title that's like big Mr. Moneybags, and you can do the 500K, 250K, whatever we set it at redemption, and you get the Mr. Moneybags title, and that's how we fight Schmeckle inflation.
I feel like there used to be like Daddy Warbucks or like big ball. There was some type of like money related role once upon a time before the cosmetic roles got killed. Looking at you, Luffy, with the mayo roll. I don't hate it. I'm always fiending for more rolls. And since I can't get the champion ones, I gotta take the cosmetic ones where I can.
500K for Moneybags, 1 mil for custom. Okay. Maybe I'll roll that one past the higher ups that be. I'm gonna set down the stakes for the game for those of you who might be tuning in late. We got Cuddly League guys versus Soymilk Lifestyle. This is Economy Group A. both of these teams fighting, try and secure a spot in the playoffs. Cuddly League guys won game 1 off the back of a particularly interesting draft with Smolder mid, Karthus bot. Not the most innovative, but still pretty spicy. Played it very well. Came down from a deficit early on, and now drafts look pretty different. We're going to have to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, both junglers starting on bot side again. I think last time, I want to say that we saw Noggin kind of get that scuttle advantage, but the early farm was in favor of Chaotix. We'll see if that shakes out this time too.
Yeah, I mean, Chaotix going to be able to farm pretty well, but Noggin... I mean, how is Brand's clear these days? Is it still pretty fast, or did the nerfs significantly affect the clear speed?
I haven't really been seeing Brand jungle as of late, but if I had to guess, it's probably not the best. Much like Lilia, my beloved, I think they've killed. I think they've killed my favorite jungle. It's a real shame, and now I'm just feeling sad. But no, I mean, it looks like it's going pretty well. I mean, on that fourth camp, Wukong not clearing, actually looking for maybe a gank onto an egg robber.
Yeah. Looking to support Pals, who's been getting poked out pretty badly by Egg Robber, but Egg Robber not having any of it. So who's your go-to jungler now that Lily has been kind of, given the treatment, as it were?
So, well, I haven't played any since the new patch, but as of late, it had been Viego, Jarvan, Wukong, and a little bit of Viego. There's always the Pocket Sedge. But I knew the Lilia nerfs were coming, and they're trying to ruin it. I have seen that maybe Gwen jungle is just gonna replace Lilia, do almost the exact same thing. So like I might pick Gwen up, but not ranked ready just yet.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
These days I just slam Vi or I slam Warwick. That's all you get from me. Also, Vayne top here. How do we think that's gonna go?
Not fun for coin flip if I had to guess. I mean, Vayne can certainly kind of get collapsed on, but again, I mean, Wukong needs that 6 to have that sticking power. So I think for right now, Lum should just be free to kind of harass Cassante up here.
Yeah, Yordle going to be going in. Noggin will be available. Mashi going to be able to dodge Dashy's engage. Now Noggin going to be here. Yordle going to be running away. W not available. That's a lot of damage flashing out, but they might still be in a bit of trouble. Going to be able to walk out just fine, though.
Yeah, I mean, end up getting the trade of flashes. Really, you're just unlocking nice flashes.
Right here from coin flip onto Loom, and Loom now also taking damage from Chaotix. If Loom stays, they might be able to look to dive.
They could. I mean, the health bars are pretty good, but Wukong just opting to get that reset off. Take the wave crashing. Only down about 10 CS, which isn't too bad. But actually, Ari is now roaming.
Yeah, Egg Robber looking to bail Loom out here. He's gonna coin flip. Will just slink away back, get a little reset off. Haze and Dashy also pushing that wave into the tower. These resets do seem very considerate so far from the side of Soymilk lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm not sure this freeze is going to fully stick here, but they're definitely going to be able to slow the push here, maybe deny some minions on the side of CLG. Not sure. Again, you don't have a ton of objective prio necessarily. I wouldn't be shocked if Noggin looks to take these grubs off the rip. I imagine Brand can still do that pretty effectively, with the passive.
Yeah.
No mana, though. Might make it a little tough.
Yeah, that was something I was actually wanted to say I was surprised about last game, was I feel like when I play Karthus in the jungle, I'm out of mana so quickly.
Yep.
Like, even with blue buff, mana's just gone. So I was really actually surprised that Mashi was able to manage their mana bar in bot lane, where you are kind of constantly wanting to be trading. Egg Robber actually going to be on the receiving end of quite a bit of damage here from Pals. Has that ult cloned tag on them, but it's not going to end up being procced.
Yeah, inching little traded damage. Wukong is lurking on the side here. Maybe
It looks
not.
like we are seeing Noggin just doing those grubs. Grubberment going to be started. First one taken out. Now we're going to see Chaos 6 on the Drake, so just a little bit of a cross map from that. However, I'm interested to see if Coin Flip receives any attention following the grubs, or if they start rotating down through the bot lane, or maybe they do something, a little more passive, like just, going back to the jungle, going back to mid.
Yeah, nothing too exciting here. Good.
Grubber dashing forward is going to be able to hit the charm there, but invisible due to the passive. Powers is going to be A-okay. Quite low, though, here. May not be able to be there to receive this wave.
Yeah, good. I mean, ultimately, it's just kind of a trade of ultimates. CS about even. LeBlanc has to stay. Wukong is coming, though. No 6.
Yeah, Cyclone not available, but damage is. Powers going to go forward. Get off a little bit of poke. Imagine Egg Robber going to be able to get out of here. Throws Charm onto the Wukong, but Powers does land the chain, forcing out the flash.
There you go. Who needs the Cyclone when you can just dash at him?
Yeah, just dash at him. Coin Flip actually going to kidnap Lum under the tower, but Lum, beautiful condemn here onto Coin Flip. However, quite a bit of damage being taken. Coin Flip going to knock them back into the tower. Flash now going to be utilized. Loom playing this on a knife's edge, but with quite a bit of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I like the look there. Coin Flip trying to get the Vayne under the tower. Ends up being the trade of 2 summons for 1. So net positive there for Cassante. Can kind of catch the wave. I was a little nervous there when Cassante went all in and then cut their health bar in half. Thought Vayne might have had the kill, but with just the Berserker Greaves, not enough damage to execute.
Yeah, Vayne not looking to do much damage right now, mostly looking to be maneuverable. Those boots of choice. Now, we are seeing Brand about 16 CS of their counterpart in Chaosic. So still utilizing that AP farming prowess.
Yeah, I mean, Wukong's just been trying to... I mean, they did the dragon by themselves, which took a lot of time. Didn't really have, the damage to do it super quickly. And so you're kind of sacrificing a little bit on the Wukong by doing that. You're playing for the team, but Brand's certainly going to get that first item first. Could look to maybe punish up here as another fight mid.
Yeah, Egg Robber is going to be able to dash out. But now Noggin's going to be looking on the top side, and actually just going to be throwing the ultimate off Rip to get that stun. Coin Flip taking quite a bit of damage. One more passive procs going to hit. Solar Flare, though, lands onto the mid lane in first blood. Over to Paz.
Yeah, good roam there from Yordle. Pick up the kill. Punish the fact that Ahri still doesn't have that flash. And you will definitely take that. LeBlanc getting those Dark Steel stacks nice and early.
Yep. LeBlanc going to be a little bit more of a problem. So we take a look at the gold. 300, 400 differentiating them about as much as you would expect from First Blood. Loom accumulating a bit of a CS lead, as is Noggin. That's going to be some of the places that the gold lead is going to be offset there, as bot lane's pretty even across the board.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't actually seen a whole lot of bot lane. I feel like Lucian, once they get his first item, they're really going to want to look to kind of capitalize. You've got the Rel, Snap Engage. Lucian on one item, always pretty potent. We have Grubs coming up in about 20 seconds, so might see some support roamage.
Yeah. Grubs. The Grubberment respawning in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Noggin and Egg Robber hanging out like birds of a feather.
If you're CLG here, you probably don't want to give up 6 grubs to the team with 280 carries, especially a Vayne.
Especially Vayne top.
Towers, yeah.
that's
I don't
so
hate
obnoxious.
this call from Yordle coming up here. And Dashy might have to come back around, or they might just lose out on the grubs by a numbers advantage.
Yeah, Pow's gonna aggro there. But Chaosic's not really there right now to do the grubs. Yordle going to be clearing out some of the vision. Chaosic's now going to be available. But we are going to see people gathering here, so it looks like we might end up with a 4v4 as Dashi has made their way up here as well. Chaosix might be a little bit of trouble. Yordle on the flank, but I don't know if that's where you want to go. Egg Robber going to use the ultimate. Now, on the side, Brand going to be the target. Brand taking a lot of damage, but so is Chaosix. Chaosix has to flash away. Brand, I am Yordle, not going to let them go. Gently uses the power of the Iron Solari to take that one down. However, now going to be trapped between a rock and a hard place. Egg Robber able to finish this one down, but here comes Coin Flip. His W is available yet again, and Yordle looks to go back in. Not quite going to happen, but that's, all things considered, just going to be a 1-for-1.
Yeah, I mean, not as bloody of a fight as I was kind of expecting. We'll say that was an intended escape there from Yordle. In the pit, took the Zenith Blade to go past the Rel, coming in with the W. 1-for-1, nobody gets the grubs. And now it looks like they're both just heading back out towards the top side, so might just be doing round 2 here. No ults.
Yeah, no Cyclone available, but Cassante does have a considerable amount of lockdown in his pit, so might be relying on the laner for that. However, Noggin now going to be on the Brands. Flash forward from Coin Flip. Coin Flip going for this, trying to take them away. Loom going to be using that ultimate, going to be using that Ghost. Loom, however, taking a lot of damage from the all-out, but now here comes Noggin. Noggin does manage to get the stun off, and that's going to be a W. That is good. Pow's going forward, going to try and get the damage, but Loom going to be able to get out of there with the flash. So again, they do stop the grub take, but Coin Flip does die.
Yeah, and now, I mean, you have about 40 seconds. With just these two, you're not going to be able to get all of the grubs, I don't think. Probably going to need another buddy.
Yeah,
Egg Robber trying to deny.
Doing a really good job harassing the Cuddly League guys here on these grubs, throwing down the ward, saying, hey, we want to keep going here. Noggin actually could come down here. Sante TPing, though, is going to make things a little bit dicey. But Egg Robber doesn't really want to stop. Brought Dashi as well. And that looks like it's effectively going to shove Cuddly League guys off these last 2 grubs. They're just going to say, okay, we got one.
I mean, really similar to last game, you know, we're losing the plates, we're losing the grubs. Dead even in gold. You know, only difference this time is a couple of grubs extra for Soymilk, and then that 1 dragon for CLG. So, got ourselves another game.
Absolutely. And last game, we had, you know, Soymilk Lifestyle getting ahead early, but ultimate falling to particularly the scaling in Cuddly League guys' composition. Now, Vayne 280 carries does scale very well, as does Brand, but it's not as cut and dry this time who wins if this goes super, super late.
Yeah, not the ticking time bomb of the Smolder. As Egg Robber doing some work, but Chaosix might clone over. They're going to get spotted if they walk this way.
Yeah, just gonna dodge that. And I want to bring our eyes back to the Brand here. 103 farm in the jungle to 76 farm on the other side. Being oriented on getting that gold, picking it up, is now up Dragon for their troubles.
Yeah, and that's the difference there. They might
going
be
over
looking
the wall.
to fight.
They are
Noggin, no
looking to fight.
flash.
Noggin going to be targeted, slowed down by the Solar Flare, going to be caught up and taken out. Egg Robber now going to be the next one on the target. Has to use all 3 ults to jump away, but it might not be far enough. Has to use the flash as well. Chaosix looks to chase them deep into the jungle. So they get a dragon. They trade their lives.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, again, LeBlanc gets the kill there, which is nice. You get the dragon, so it's not, again, not the end of the world. A little bit of a goal towards CLG now, but good punish there. Noggin with no flash, had no way to escape, but good damage control though from Soymilk.
Yep, really solid from Soymilk, and I think this LeBlanc is going to starting to be a bit of an issue. 2-0-1 has about 1,000 gold lead on Egg Robber there. So 5 Dark Seal stacks does not hurt either.
Oh, the collapse here.
Yeah, Dashi has to be careful. It's going to find a crash down. Magnet Storm onto 2. However, on the backside, Kaze gets found as well. Ignite gets dropped, but not going to be able to do too much underneath that turret. Pals.
But Pal's
looking
looking
to
to execute.
Pals goes for the pop. Is it going to happen? That's going to be the root. That's going to be the kill. Pals goes on a killing spree. 7 now on the Dark Seal.
Ooh, that, I mean, really well played there from Dashi to buy the time for their Lucian to get out. Didn't even have to burn flash barrier. Unfortunately, they do go down in the end, and they are gonna lose a good chunk of this turret.
Pretty significant turret damage coming out there from Kaisa.
Actually,
Static Ship, whole thing gonna fall here. The first turret will be going over to the side of the Cuddly League guys. They hug that cow. However, Soymilk Lifestyle gonna be able to pick up that Herald.
And then looks like they're probably going to look to maybe get this top right away. Maybe just take some camps. Wukong not out on the map, so really no say here.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking that blue buff, and then maybe they're going to look for a play here onto the top side. Egg Robber playing with Noggin for now. Whatever that means that Pals and Chaosix are going to be here. Noggin forced to flash away, but Noggin is going to be absolutely deleted. Little bit greedy there from Soymilk Lifestyle to try and get everything in the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, Noggin knew that he had the bot camp stolen by the Wukong, so he was trying to compensate, get the blue side for the enemy, but couldn't quite stick around long enough. Did burn the flash and was kind of just killed off by, I think Wukong got that kill in the end. Yeah, I mean, gold lead starting to increase here. This is again, this is where Soymilk, you just gotta slow it down a little bit, you know, try to ice it out. You got that dragon, just try and get some gold in your pockets. Game is certainly still in your reach.
Yeah, Soymilk definitely still could play. I would argue that they have a better scaling composition this time. My goodness. It will be interesting to see that. Kaisa does have a little bit of a bounty from that 1 assist and just a 10 farm differential. Lots of damage coming down here on the Pals, but the counter Solar Flare is going to be really, really good from Yordle. Stunned up at Egg Robber gets deleted. Chaosix is going to be the ultimate beneficiary of that one.
Not much you could do there. The Leona R was really well played into the LeBlanc chain, into the Wukong finish over the top. Definitely having a better bounce back here for Chaosix, kind of in the right spot at the right time, getting these kills, has the Triforce, should be able to do quite a bit of work here. And then you got that support from LeBlanc, who's almost at the full Dark Seal stacks. Might be taking out a book.
Starting to be a problem here. He's going to be using that ultimate as that Blade of the Ruin King. Yordle coming here to help as Kasante's going to go all out. Loom's going to flash away, but will walk back in to try and do the autos. Yordle's going to flash forward looking for the kill. Loom's going to be targeted, and Loom's going to be ignited, and Loom's going to be killed. Coin flip takes it down.
Yordle giveth a kill in the bot lane. Yordle giveth a kill in the top lane. Making plays. And if my memory serves correct, they're not a support by trade. I guess they're playing support for the team. Doing really well.
Yeah. I mean, 6 out of 7 KP here. Tied LeBlanc here on the POWs. So, really, really good look from this Leona, especially in terms of all of the map movement. Going to be actually still up in experience despite all of the movement around the map as well. Now we're going to see the Cuddly League guys starting up this next break.
I like this though. It looks like they might be looking to pop the Rift Herald in mid. I mean, they're fighting over the Prio. Kind of hard to tell for sure, but
Yeah.
there it is.
Down. We're going to see that get popped as the dragon's getting taken. So this mid turret will be opened up. But they're here to try and maybe plays. We're going to see Solar Flare. Noggin's going to be the target. Mashy ults in immediately. Magnet Storm going to find quite a few, but it might not be enough. Cyclone now going to be on the backside as Kay's trying to do damage. Loom trying to do damage. Loom finds quite a bit. Chaosix is going to fall. Kay's still going to be alive for now, but Pow's going to be able to pick that one up in the end. 3-for-1 in favor of the Cuddly League guys.
Just on that tight, timing window. I mean, the team was on Dragon. You're trying to crash that tower. you get the crash, but the damage just was. It had to have been like less than a couple hundred health. They stick around, try and get it, and the fight. The gold didn't massively increase because they did get the tower, but this LeBlanc is becoming a problem. They did not upgrade, or they haven't reset yet. I'm assuming they're gonna go get a Mage Eyes on their reset.
Yeah. That I was gonna say that is the golden question. Is LeBlanc gonna get a Mage Eyes, or are they just gonna leave it kind of as the Dark Seal and maybe get that Shadow Flame they're building? You know, who knows? Sorry, not Shadow Flame.
Storm Surge.
Storm Surge. How's Storm Surge doing? I remember it being really broken, and then I remember it getting nerfed.
Yeah, it was really bad for a long time, and I feel like now again it's like in a good spot for like these bursty style champs, which obviously LeBlanc really kind of falls into. I don't know if it's still like I don't think it's like as strong as it was, but to be fair, I don't think there's any way for it to be as strong as it once was, because that was ridiculous when it first came out.
Yeah. I think Loki Aurora's analysis on this is solid. I am looking at this top lane for the Vayne and thinking therein lies Soymilk Lifestyle's salvation in the Vayne. We'll have to see ultimately if that is enough pressure that can be generated there. So we're going to see Egg Robber going to be the target of the Cyclone. Going to be using an ultimate of their own, going quite far. Coin flip, now going to be on the receiving end of 3 members, but kidnaps Dashy over the wall for the grand escape. That's just going to be the end of that.
Heads up play there from Cassante. Cool, calm, and collected. Under pressure in a 3v1. Ult the one person that's going to save your life.
Yeah. Fly across the map, do a little tunneling through the wall, bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go. What can I say?
Would love if they can find a way to get this LeBlanc shut down.
400 gold plus kill. How much does a kill give you? 200? 300?
300.
300,
Yeah.
and then there's a different pool for the support, for the assist. Yeah. Here we're going to see W forward. Noggin taking a ton of damage, and Pow's just deleting the enemy jungler.
Yeah, this
They do
is
have
like the
enough for a
worst case
Magi in
scenario.
their pocket, just saying.
The brand, you're a squishy mage into a super mobile one-shot machine into the LeBlanc.
Super mobile one-shot machine. Pow's going to look for the root, is going to be able to end up finding it. Egg Robber might have been a little bit greedy with not popping the 2 ult dashes right out the gate. They are going to get taken out. And now in the mid lane here, Cyclone available. Chaos X, immediate stun onto K's here. They're going to use the barrier, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Cuddly going now into Chaos X is going to be enough to dissuade the dive. Mid turret should still fall, but K's gets to get out with her life.
Have to keep up the turret as a response. I mean, again, that's another good play there from Dash where they go for a dive. Magnet Storm, right place, right time. Is going to be the tower, and probably going to be this tier 2, or this third dragon. Yeah, they got to find a way to get these shutdowns. Even if it's the Kaisa, that's still relatively decent. But yeah, this LeBlanc is
Yeah, Pow's having an exquisite game. An exquisite series, really. Smolder being a huge component of that game one, especially in the Drake fight, where they were able, or the Baron fight, where they were able to stop it 3 versus 5, just barely getting the stacks. So, huge credit here to the mid laner, as we do actually have the Medjai's coming out, along with a needlessly large rod for the LeBlanc. So now it is even more critical if you get her down. We'll be on the top lane here, as the dragon spawning does have the teleport available, as Loom has made their way down for this fight, so we are going to be seeing a 5v5 with a delayed entrance from Pow's.
Yeah, Soymilk gonna start up the dragon while they have the advantage. LeBlanc sitting on that turret is down. There's the TP.
There's the TP. Dragon's going to be at half health. Lots of damage going through, though, and it's likely going to get taken. Hits the smite on Noggin, but now we see Cassante on the backside. That's going to be one locked up. Pow's jumping over the wall. Noggin going to be the target. But now, Look for the egg. Egg is looking for Pals. I am Yordle going quite low. Gonna dive back in.
LeBlanc in the back.
Reset the charge. LeBlanc on the backside. Gonna be able to get one. Gonna be able to find another. Mashy gonna go incredibly low, but Pals triple kill.
You got the dragon, but that's a triple kill. Gonna be a full-blown ace. Probably gonna be this this mid tier 2 going down. Not sure if LeBlanc's be able to do too much to the tier 2 bot, but super close fight there. I mean, Loom was putting out the damage on that Vayne. Almost got the shutdown on the Kaisa, but that LeBlanc damage over the top, just too much.
Yeah, it looked promising there for a moment. The back line for CLG was getting snuffed out pretty quickly, but, you know, Pow's coming in with a rotation and looking pretty scary here. 24 stacks now on the Medjais. Also, Mule Life, thank you so much for the sub. You know what you're going to do. Talk to our buddy Todd. Denny's in Vermont. Pancakes are on us. The board meeting is held in the cardboard box out back. Which, it's getting a little damp in here. I don't know.
I mean, we take what we can get, right? There's only one Denny left. I mean, it's not... You know, they kind of just, like, have the leverage at this point.
Yeah, when are we getting more Denny's? I want more Denny's. What should the Denny's replace? I feel like, okay, this may be a controversial take. I know some people love Five Guys. But Five Guys is so expensive at this place, I think we need to just swap out some of them for some Denny's. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm all for it. I think, like Five Guys had... There was a point where, like, yes, they were more expensive than, like, your, you know, traditional fast food. But, like, you were willing to spend that couple extra bucks because the quality increased. But I don't know if it was corporate greed or if it was just, you know, inflation. But, like, we lost our way a little bit with Five Guys. And, like, now you got to take out, like, a mortgage to eat there. It's a whole process. Not the biggest fan.
Or Shake Shacks. Okay. I can appreciate wanting more of other chains. Like, I think Culver's should be everywhere, right? But I'm focused on which chain do we think that the Denny's should replace.
Similar argument. Subway. I think that we could do with less Subways. I think
you could definitely do with less Subways.
Subway lost their way quite a bit. You know, they had their spot in the market as, like, they're not the best sub place to go, but they're the cheapest. And it's like, they stuck to that identity. But now, I think it's like 15, 16 bucks for a footlong. And it's just like...
Yeah, it's crazy.
If I'm going to pay that much, why would I not just go to, like, Jersey Mike's or a local
just
place?
Like a local family sit-down restaurant at that point.
Like, yeah, it's just like...
Ooh,
you lost
oh!
Oh my god.
Okay. That's a bit of a proc there from Pow's. Storm Surge plus X-Tech, I'm assuming, pops Egg Robber for half their HP. And Baron's going to go here down to the Cuddly League guys.
Maybe trying to catch out Cassante here. Get one of these Barons off. Good early flash.
Flashing, but they're going to use the ult to slow, and now Lum's going to be going forward. Lum's going to be able to get that kill, and that's pretty important if you're on the side of Soymilk.
Yeah, I mean, getting what you can at this point. You get the kill, you get the flash. Didn't really have to burn a whole lot to do it, so you definitely will take that. And again, you're in this spot. This case has to get out of there. You don't have to fight this dragon. You know, you aren't on the soul point just yet. They have the Baron. If I'm Soymilk here, I'm just trying to find, like, any place I can go that's not near this LeBlanc at this point.
Yeah. LeBlanc, basically, you see it, yeah, move to the other side of the map. Maybe that top tower is looking pretty good right now, you know? Maybe, ooh, Loom. Nice condemn into the wall, but no charm gonna come through. Flash almost available for this Vayne yet again. Been around. Sums otherwise mostly available, except for the flash we just saw coin flip bird. Yeah, we're just gonna see slowly but surely Drake's going to be taken by Chaos 6. Pow's going to be hanging out here. Oh my. That's a lot of damage. Pow's not going to be making their way onto this turret. No one responding. Oh my goodness. One LeBlanc auto is like a quarter of the turret's health.
Not sure if that's a LeBlanc or Nasus I'm watching.
Yeah, actually, I think we're watching Nasus mid. It's like they nerfed it, but if you just pick this other champ, you can play it again.
True. It's just like I was saying with the Lilia Gwen. Really just
Same champ, different skin.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. This LeBlanc is crazy. We'll see how much more of a Baron pressure they can have. LeBlanc TPing back in. Dashy looking to go in.
Dashy looking to go in. Coin flip. Actually looking to go forward. Is going to find a stun up on to Dashy. Charm going to go through, but Dashy going to be taken out by the Storm Surge. And now Coin Flip going to flip back Egg Robber. Going to go all out, but Egg Robber able to dash away in time so that they're not going to be pushed back into the side of the Cuddly League guys. Now a nice culling. Coin Flip going to almost be taken out by Loom, but a nice Cyclone coming through is going to mean that they get to stay alive. Pow's staying on the periphery of this fight, just throwing in the damage as they can. Noggin might be looking for some damage on a Yordle, but here comes the LeBlanc. LeBlanc goes legendary. Pow's just waiting on these rotations so calmly.
Man, get it. Really well played there with the team fight. I mean, LeBlanc is online. Kaisa is now at this point also sitting on that 700 shutdown.
How much AP does LeBlanc have right now?
Let's take a look. 906.
906 AP at 33 minutes into the game. Practically full build here. Has 800 gold in the pocket. I don't think they're going to spend that on anything except for a potion. So, yeah. Now, that is maybe paradoxically good news for the side of Soymilk Lifestyle, because that means Pow's is as scary as they're going to get right now. That will not change anymore as the game goes on. There's no sort of infinite scaling here for the LeBlanc. It is simply, hey, full build.
Oh, Nog.
Okay, well, still is going to be full build for now. Going to one-shot that enemy jungler, and likely also going to one-shot this turret. Holy cow.
Yeah, Pals would like to challenge that narrative of not being scary, because I think Noggin gonna go to sleep tonight and have nightmares of jump scaring them out of bushes. They're really
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Playing up to that Friday the 13th. They're playing up to the Friday the 13th bit here.
You know, true. They just said, hey, we need to play thematically for the day. You know? We need to hug our black cats and terrify people in League of Legends. Today, every game is a horror game. And Pals is making that happen. You go forward, just throwing damage. Oh,
that's a full tank Rel, by the way.
One-shotting the Rel. My god. Culling going to be coming out here. K is trying to keep this alive. Solar Flare going to be utilized, but not going to be able to keep the inhib alive. Triple inhib. CLG are just looking to smother Soymilk Lifestyle here.
Well, this is where they're going to have that chokehold, because now you got the Baron coming up. I mean, CLG could just leave the base as is, go get the Baron, because there's no... It's so difficult for Soymilk to leave triple inhib and not lose out in the game as a result. But if you go a Baron with the triple inhib, you're also probably going to get shoved out here. So it's kind of like pick your poison here for Soymilk. It looks like CLG is just going to head towards that Baron.
Yeah. They're going to say, hey, we got triple inhib. Just take the triple inhib, take the Baron, walk it in slow, walk it in methodical. We don't need to throw here. We're not as... Oh.
Yep. It's almost just like the more I'm seeing it, the shock value is disappearing a little bit.
Yeah. That is the good news, Luffy. LeBlanc will not be getting any stronger. unless they get, like Elder Buff.
Well, feels like it already has like a pre-built-in elder buff with that storm surge.
Yeah, Storm Surge is... Let me just give this a little hover. It's only done 1,500 damage to champions, but I feel like that damage is coming out, really when it counts. As Soymilk Lifestyle working hard here to keep these turrets nice and healthy. As Cuddly League guys, looks like they're just going to claim their Mountain Soul. Going to move in on this bot wave.
And as if things couldn't have been like hard enough to deal with this LeBlanc, now you've got this this big shield that you have to try and get through. So it's not even like you could theoretically burst them out.
Right.
Dash
Egg
gotta
Robber
look for
finds a
that
good
big
charm.
dash.
But
Ooh.
going to be quite tough here. Inhib does respawn. That will fall shortly. Got one more turret. We'll have to make some kind of move. Egg Robber and Dashy go in, but are taken incredibly low. Egg Robber playing on the verge, but just gets absolutely deleted. Mashy going to be the one to pick that one up, and now going in underneath the turret all out. Kay's going to be the last one alive. Kay's going to fall and counter. Logic League guys. Cuddly
Yep.
League guys. Take down the Series duo.
Yeah, that... The LeBlanc... Okay, so the damage, not that different than the Karthus in game 1 for Mashy Sauce, but I feel like the perceived damage was so much higher on the LeBlanc. And maybe it's because they just did, like 2k at a time. They were just one-shotting champions every couple seconds. But
Yeah, it's the frequency of it all. The smolder damage, I mean, you're an 80 carry. You're kind of like consistently throwing stuff out there. It's like it lands, maybe some of it sticks, maybe some of it doesn't, but maybe you got to go back for a little bit more. Whereas the LeBlanc, all of it happens at once. All of it happens at once.
and just to make matters worse, PP's delivery service gonna have to go and have a hard talk with the kids on why they're not getting dinner, right? Because they went all in.
I feel morally culpable for a little bit of that. So PP's delivery service, maybe hit me up in the DMs and we can chat about an arrangement.
And there's your update on the. Looks like NGO actually dropped game 1.
NGO dropping game 1 to Sperm Whales. I do have to go. I do have to make dinner, unfortunately. I would love to stream them, but as you can hear from my yawning, I'm quite tired, and I do need to go make and eat dinner. So I wish them the best of luck, and again, you want to say very happy birthday to Angel. But for now, we have to finish out this game. MVP candidates. I know one MVP candidate that we're putting up there. Got any others for me?
I mean, I gotta give some props to Yordle. I feel like they played super well on the Leona both games. A lot of impact plays early, kind of fed spoon-fed Pals a little bit in that early game, kind of allowed them to snowball. I mean, Mashy Sauce played super well.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like really all of CLG were kind of putting in the work.
Right, well, you know what? Then let's just leave it up to the powers that be. Again, we do allow Schmeckel influencing here on the MVP poll. And I do think there may be someone who is streaming the other Economy Group A series. Not officially, but I think there might be an org stream. So maybe I'll go ahead and give them the raid after this. Those viewers. See what the MVP poll is looking like. Got the waffles cooking in the waffle iron. Pow's Mashy Sauce coin flip, currently the winner. 2 votes going, about half the time gone.
Dang, these votes are pricey. Gotta combat the inflation.
These votes are pricey. Very pricey. Pow's going to be the leader. Pow's leading it up quite heavy. Oh, I can also vote, can't I?
Can.
Chocolate waffle. Chocolate waffle. Waffle. Waffle.
Let's see. So it
House.
looks like CLG should. Well, I guess they'd be tied. I don't know if they'd move up in the standings at all because there'd be 2-2, 50% win rate in games, whereas Tactical Feed is also they're 1-1% win rate. So I think there's a lot of econ games this weekend. Should have a better idea on what we're looking at as far as the playoff push. Again, we're kind of wrapping up. I think we got next week and then the makeup week after that. So got some time. Let's take a look.
Pow's is going to be the MVP. Rightfully so, I think, particularly after the Game 2 performance. Let's see if they want an interview. Looks like they're the only member of CLG not currently in the CLG hall. Maybe they had to step out.
It would just be that imperfect timing, of course. Maybe they gotta get set up for the rest of their Friday the 13th preload scary movie their choice. I'm not a big scary movie guy, so of course I will probably not be partaking in that per se, but a lot of people love Friday the 13th.
I can't say I've actually ever seen Friday the 13th. Not gonna lie.
No, I've never seen it. I played the game, which was very non-serious and not scary. And I feel like maybe that like my view of Friday the 13th, the movie, is probably skewed by the game, but like I just have a hard time seeing Jason Voorhees is like super intimidating.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, looks like House is unavailable. So I'm just gonna set up this raid so that y'all can get some more economy group A action going. And I'm gonna have Les Force take us out with a miniature monologue. Bet you weren't expecting that one.
No, I mean I wasn't. Friday the 13th, like I said, make sure to dim the lights, turn on a scary movie, scary game, but not too scary. You want to be able to enjoy your weekend and not be frightened the entire time. I think I don't have enough time yet. I don't think I have anything left in the tank.
Well, then I got something to say. That's good games. Thank you to both teams, as always, for letting us watch. Thank you for putting on an excellent show. Thank you for being excellent sports. And hug your cats. Specifically your black cats, because, Friday the 13th.
Of course.